Hey folks, how's it going? Rasher, and welcome back to another episode of Cards and Castles, where today we are continuing our ranked draft challenge. Of course, that weird hybrid of draft decks that we slapped together into one deck and are taking that through the initial placements on the ranked ladder. It should be very interesting. Of course, we have a 4-1 record with the deck now, I believe, and we're hoping to increase that, hoping to go more positive than negative. Right now, if we win about 2 more games with the deck, we'll be on par to do so, but that requires us to win some more games. So, can we do it? Can this deck achieve it? It's gonna be rough, but we'll see what we can do. Of course, as a quick recap for those of you who might be jumping in now for the first time or forget what the deck looks like, here it is. I'm gonna do a quick little run through. It is a Viking Druid mess. That's pretty much all I can say. Obviously, a lot of singleton copies because of the way that draft is formatted. We do have some recurring multiple copies of some good cards here. The global buffs, obviously, in Bard and Blacksmith. Got a lot of Rammerses and Wizards to work with as well. So we do have some benefits here. We'll have to see, though. More games to play and more games to mull over, potentially. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get right into our game number 1 for this video, otherwise known as game number 6, right now. Alright, and game number 6, or 1 for the video, I mean, regardless, both numbers work, underway. With a hand that's not too bad, it's a nice early curve here. The Wolf, Drake, Santa, it's 2, 3, 4 is what we kind of like to see. Opponents running yellow-blue, which is interesting. I don't really see a lot of those decks around as of lately, although things could change. I kind of feel like I have been slacking with CNC. You know, there could be some decks that are starting to take off now that I have no idea about. You never really know with these kind of things until you actually look at them dead in the eye. But we'll start out with the Wolf here. Turn 2 seems very straightforward here. We can get some value off the Rammers that we just picked up as well for a 3-3 in case we see something like a Dwarven Miner come out or a Questing Knight. Medal of Bravery, though, going to be probably... Oh. You are not what I was expecting. Interesting. Alright, well, in that case, let's hit up our boy, the Scout here that we picked up. Scout's a very interesting run-in here. You don't really see Scout a lot, which is peculiar. I'm very curious as to what our opponent is attempting to do with the Scout, whether it's just a neutral 3-drop decent body or what. Let's see if I can go for the Rammers here. We can. Beautiful. Of course, the Scout now able to connect with the opponent's Scout. We'll get a little bit of value on that and rush a 4-1 in. Not very shabby, if I say so myself. Alright, opponent's going for Nunchuck Nun. Not a bad counteract here. I mean, it does take out the Scout while also keeping the Nunchuck Nun alive. However, I do kind of have to hit that right now, so it doesn't get as much value as if, you know, if there were more units coming out on the board. We'll have to follow up with a Killer Rabbit play here. Rabbit will be able to get the boost off of the Wolf dying, which is most likely going to be the case here. I'll also push Rammers up a little bit to see if I can interact with the board a bit more. But right now, not a bad position for us. So we have a couple of beasts out, looking to get a buff, and of course do some damage into face. All great stuff here as we continue on with this first game. Ooh, the Judge. Alright, well that's interesting. I want to see how he goes about doing this here. On one hand, it can pop the Wolf, but that would mean that the Rams can get a little bit stronger and interact with the castle. If he takes out the Ramrus rather than the Wolf here like he's doing now, we could actually sneak in a Blacksmith play here on turn 6. Or do I do... Ooh. You know what? No. We do Blacksmith. We trade into the Judge here. This gives our Rabbit a bit more value. And of course, we also move in the Ice Drake to do some more damage as well. Let's push the Rabbit back for now. Let's do a little bit of this. And we'll pass on that here. So now, hopefully this Rabbit will grow with the incoming Fat Bar we have for turn 7 as well. Creating a 6/6 there that should hopefully do some damage with Rampage, mind you. Which is a very, very nice touch that, you know, people kind of overlook on Rabbit nowadays. People don't think Rabbit's worth running because it is just a little too weak and takes time to get going, when in the 4-drop spot you already have a bit more beefier things coming out for the most part. So I think this is a fine setup, though. Rabbit going to be able to do some massive damage as we proceed into the rest of this game. T-Rex, though, going to be the card of choice to retaliate. Curious if he wants to hit the Ice Drake here or not, or if he just wants to block. He will hit the... Okay, he will hit the Ice Drake. That is kind of a misplay, to be completely honest, but mainly because I know it's in our hand and he doesn't. I am going to probably just do a little bit of this. We can pop the T-Rex here, do a little bit of this. Now, I'm not going to attack yet, per se. I want to move in the rabbit. I want to move in the wizard, I know that much. I think I am going to put the rabbit up here. I'm going to try and throw this as a bit more of a distraction to our opponent. I could run the 6-5 in, but I feel like the 6-5 is a bit more valuable to us at this given moment. We're not, unfortunately, going to be able to kill him unless he leaves everything alive, which, again, I highly doubt it. Okay, Divine Knowledge. Could be looking for an out here. Nothing good in the hand, maybe. That's a good sign. Maybe if he decides to pass on this, well, I mean, he's not going to pass on this. He's got to have something. Well, Guard. That is... Inspired. That can't do the job. Ooh, so we walk away with game number 1 here. Very interesting, although, to be fair, kind of being carried off the back of the rabbits. Let's pop into here. Let's pop into here. Pop into the wizard, finish things off here. Not too bad, I will say, although I feel like our opponent really didn't kind of get his game plan going. We didn't really see a lot. We saw Scout, Nun, Judge, Guards. Sort of a bit of a mess of a deck, if you ask me. But you know what? I guess that's the case here. As we proceed right into game number 2, let's see if we can get a repeat of previous game. All right. I don't think I'm going to need the freezing pillar this early. I'm going to swap it out, see if I can pull something a little bit better. This is going to be an interesting one. I say that because our opponent's running white-red. Some, generic good stuff colors that we might not be able to deal with as easily as I think I would like to. We'll see what happens, though. I'll get the Ice Drake out with our coin. It's probably fine to get this out now so we can start some plays, get some things going, if you will. He should have a play here turn 3. Looks like he doesn't, going for a trap. Okay, interesting. I'll go for the Manticore here to provide a little bit of extra stats to our Ice Drake, if you will. Thankfully, that trap is not Flames of Eternity, or else we would have lost the Manticore right then and there. So probably has to be something more along the lines of maybe a Detonate or a Seed of Regrowth, something that triggers on death of another card, if you will. There is the Shaman. Of course, Shaman going to not really be doing a whole lot at this particular moment.
Hello, motherfucker.
That's completely fine. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can not get the right value that I want to, but that is okay. I'll put the Ice Drake back here so that the Shaman can be stuck there, not able to reach our Ice Drake. We'll keep Ice Drake hammering in the back, and we'll continue to pass turn. Shaman, of course, is fine. Some draw cycle after all, but again, not a whole lot happening like the last game, which we'll take because that means we can get some easy W's here. And then, I guess, what do we do for turn 5? Maybe Wraith? Just a big asshole body? I don't know, we'll see. Okay, there's the freeze there. That's fine. If I had the Bestial Rage up, I could probably get rid of it, but it's not going to work out the way I want it to. Anyways, let's hit the Shaman here. Yep, there is the trap. There is the Seed of Regrowth. Alright, so it was Seed. Not too bad. That is a fine card. I think... that's the case. I might just hit in for another 3 on face while we can have the opportunity. And then maybe get the Wraith out just to be a bit of a big asshole. The White Knight should still be frozen in all honesty, so it shouldn't be doing a hell of a lot. The tree cannot reach that Ice Drake with the way it's positioned, so again, also fine. He might take out the Ramrus with that tree. Not a big deal if that's going to be the case here. I mean, sure. Yeah, alright. I mean, that's fine. He didn't really move it back, though, so Wraith can fly over this tree and get some more damage done if he wanted to. Minor upgrade on the White Knight. Sure, although, of course, we're not really losing that, Ooh! I would say we're not losing that Drake yet, but there is the Forest Revolt here to clean up the Ice Drake and also get some healing off on that front Drake. So that is pretty good value. Ooh, alright. Well, you know what then? If that's going to be the case, you know what I might as well do? Let's do a little bit of Bestial Rage here. I will probably get rid of this. We'll have the opportunity to for free. I'll freeze off the White Knight here, then pass turn on that. And of course, 4/9 is a bit of a big asshole to get rid of here, so I don't know if he's got more in the arsenal that can deal with this. Will the Wraith be able to kill a castle? I don't know. I don't think so, with the way things are looking, but I think this is still fine. We could probably go for a call for aid in the next turn here just to generate some units for us. I guess. Maybe Tunnel Escape, actually. We'll see. There is the Minotaur. Alright, that is fine. It'll clear a path for this injured Trent, or no longer injured Trent, to stomp on face. That is more than okay with me. Let's go for Wraith here. Move it out of the way of the Minotaur. And then do a combination of Wolf and Dwarven Miner here, pushing Dwarven Miner up to the point where it threatens lethal as well. I think this should be fine. I think we have a good chance to close it out. We are very low on resources, so this needs to hypothetically be our final game-winning push. But opponent's got 8 gold. He's got a couple of cards in that hand of his. He's got more than enough resources within the factions to handle situations like this. So let's see what he's got. White Knight into the Wraith. Okay, he's going to push the White Knight back, open up the space for us. That's fine. His main objective is probably getting B to kill the Wraith here. We know he's got options to do so. Dwarven Miner. Okay, so another 3 damage off for 2 gold. Again, great value for him. If he can finish the job, that is. I don't know if he can, but here we are. Anything further for me, my friend? Dragon's Fire does clear the board here. Okay, Centaur. Centaur does clear, but that does leave room for the Miner to move in here. Do you have anything for it? He does not. All right, and with that, that's going to end off game number 2. Again, another win for us. Quite an aggressive one, but I think this deck kind of needs to be if we want to pick up W's here. If we kind of overwhelm our opponents fast and hard with our resources, our scattered resources, that is, we should be able to clean up things quite effectively. So right now, very good. Looking at a 6-1 record and on to game number 8. All right, and to start things off, let's get these bad boys out of the hand. Okay, I think I can work with this. Fat Bard Rat King is a funny little combination here. The Lich as well can help us potentially deal with some early threats that come out of our opponent's side. Who is running yellow-red? Yellow-red, of course, not exactly the most fun colors to go up against here, so we will see what our opponent's got. Start off with the Questing Knight, that's fine. I'll respond with the Faithful Drake here. We can evenly trade these at the end of the day, so that's going to be fine. Earth Knight coming out. Interesting. That is peculiar indeed. I'll go for a Fat Bard here and pass. Because, I mean, I'd just be trading into the armor on the Earth Knight here, and I don't think that's what I wanted to do. Maybe I should have gone for the Ramrus instead, but I think this is going to be okay. And then we'll get a couple of scenarios here and there. Again, that's all good. Can I afford a Ramrus here? Of course, it goes on the wrong target. Phooey. Not a huge deal. We'll, of course, just sort of bundle up here. Of course, our opponent is running Chain. He could run Blaze, but again, who runs Blaze in the modern age? I say as I'm about to get Blaze for my entire life. Okay, Armory, so matching global for global. That is fine, not a huge deal. I will probably lose the faithful. Yep, there it goes. Which is fine. Ooh, and I'm moving in that as well. Getting a little spicy here, aren't we? I think that's fine again. I mean, I can do a bit to clear. Can do this. Popping the Earth Knight. Get a little bit of protection down here. We'll kind of just pass on this, right? Again, I don't think he's got Blaze, nor... he isn't ready for Lumi if he's got Lumi, so we should be good with that. Cleric coming out with the Flame Shield. Oh, boy.
I am having a very bad day. I am in no mood. This, today...
Alrighty. It's going to be one of those decks. That's fine. Just here comes Big Unga Bunga Cleric is the name of the game. That is a little awkward, I will say. Upkeep really not being a big fan to us right now. I think I'm just going to go with the Wraith here, just so I can keep a couple of body counts on the board and kind of push things in. The Flame only does 1, so the Rat will be fine. Still a 2-1. Shouldn't be too much to... Okay. I say as Dragon's Fire hits the board here and clears out my entire life savings. We knew that was probably going to come eventually. It sucks, but I don't really know where I go from here, to be completely honest. Shit, man. Why they gotta be rude to me like that? Alright, well, I think we might end up losing this game just purely because Big Unga Bunga. I've got no hard removal for this, unfortunately, so I am kind of just left sitting with my hands in my ass. Oh, shit. Yeah, and he can just keep chopping away at the castle for all I care, because what else am I really do? I can attempt to freeze here. Sure, freezes the worst potential targets out of the bunch. That's fine. We'll do a little bit of this action here. Maybe I can actually clear it off if I hit the correct... No. I cannot hit the correct heal. Can I hit the correct heal now? Wow, you're such a bitch, dude. For real? Yep, this is fine, guys. This is such a fine scenario. Sure, of course he hits the 2-for-1 or the 1 and 2 both times. Absolutely. 100%. 100% gamers. 100%. Yeah, sure, get the heal. Oh, and he continues to get the heal on the cleric. That's so quirky. All right. At this point, I don't really have much to do. Really nothing I can do, unfortunately. The game is just looking a little bit lost, if you ask me. So let's put this down here, I guess. We'll block for here. It's a mess. I could have maybe killed, but still, it's such a bad scenario. We would have lost anyway. Yeah, Bolt cleaning things up. I could have tried to attempt to trade here, but he's doing the extra bits. He's just doing what he can. And that means a game loss for us. Unfortunate, but that was a rough matchup. I think we don't deal with Voltron very well, or those big Unga Bunga buff decks. So, well, on to the next game. Game number 9, and see if we can kind of bring ourselves back up a little bit. And this is not the hand to do so, I'll tell you that much. This is not the hand to help bring us joy and happiness in the world. That might be. I mean, Peasant Ramrus is a funny little combination here. Plus the Mana Core turn, 3 would be ideal. So, we'll see what I can get things done. Go with the Peasant turn 1. Seems fine. Not a whole lot more happening with that. So, we'll just kind of leave it at that. Elvish Thief, the follow-up. Ooh, well, if that's the case here, I hope they don't mind if I Manticore a little early. I'm going to give the Elvish Thief some value here, but it doesn't really matter because I am keeping the Peasant on board and popping face. The The hand's not looking great elsewhere, though. I mean, we'll see where it goes. Southport, okay. This is probably going to be a combination to get rid of the Manticore, I assume, right? Has to be. You have to pop in. There's no way you can't do that, yeah. Just to get more treasure value, even. It's just so much more beneficial to you. If that's the case, I'll go for the rammers while I can. This will, of course, hit into face. Again, just trying not to keep chipping in. Really avoiding what our opponent does for the most part, which kind of sucks, but what else am I going to do, really? Captain to peasant. That's fine. Damn it. Into the White Knight. Man, I hate fucking White Knight. This is not... You know what? I think I can afford to do this. We'll do that, do a bit of Ice Strike here, and we'll pass. He doesn't have Fortify, after all. But yeah, hopefully Ice Strike can hit into this guy again, deal a little bit of damage here with the freeze. As long as we don't face down, yeah, perfect. I don't really have something that deals 5 damage, but that's fine. Not really our concern. Our main concern is getting rid of this thing. Yeah, with the Berserker. Have to do Berserker. To bring this up to the 4/4 here, so it might die, but if that's the case, I think that's fine. We're taking the value bits where we can. God, there's a vampire. So this is basically just a lifesteal deck from the looks of it, which is kind of gross. I don't exactly have the best means to deal with lifesteal. Again, this goes back to the whole Unga Bunga situation we talked about before, where my deck is not meant to deal with these big heal boys. They're meant to just swing into face and attempt to end the game. Attempting, obviously, but... Oh, good. And then there's this asshole. Ah, shit. Well, yeah, with everything we have, that is not exactly able to do what I want to do. Oh, boy, oh boy. We are kind of minorly stuck, if I say so myself. Just a tiny bit, per se. Not a whole lot, just a little bit. It is painful, but we do have to kind of proceed. And what would this be? What game? Well, no, this is game 9. So we would have one more. I don't want to give up on this game though. It's just gonna be very difficult once again. Oh, and it keeps getting more and more difficult, man. God damn it. Yeah. Well, you know, can only do so much. Let's see if I can kind of get rid of this thing in a funny manner. Can I get the shockwave value? In the arms of the angel. Why does that have to suck so much? Why does Arcanine suck the fattest dong this side of the Mississippi, man? Oh well. We tried, and now everything's gonna come crashing down. We're not gonna get into the wizard here for free. Getting a free value unit. It's going to be the Wraith, of course. This game is just going to spiral out of control. Nothing more I can say about it or do about it, really. Doesn't even go for the removal here. How nice of him. Banshee with the Arcanine. Probably going to remove the Shield Runner. Ay, ay, ay. It's a mess all around. I don't know why you didn't just do the... Well, I guess it doesn't matter. It's only 1 damage. But, yeah, folks, this is not looking good. I think, well, I mean, we'll try to play it out the best I can, but where else am I gonna go with it? Do that, clear that, hit that. Oh, yep, hit that. Fast turn, yep. But I can only, that's the only thing I can do. Just die to Unga Bunga nonsense, unfortunately. See Vampire hit in. See the Arcanine hit in. Yep. It's gonna be most likely game here. Trying to do the math in my head. That's 8, 5, 13. Yeah, that's gonna be game. I'll just surrender. I won't drag this out any longer. Let's go ahead and jump into our final game and see if we can't get away with something a little bit better in our final match of the day. All right, last game. We got to make something count here. It is the final opportunity for us to bring this deck up to 7-3 would be our final outcome if we win today, which is not bad. Still a positive win record, but we gotta make it work. We gotta make it work. We gotta do something here. And right now, the hand's looking a little interesting. 2 Liches and the Freezing Pillar. A lot of freeze elements for this matchup, which are pretty cool, but like the job done, that's another story. Banshee coming out here for the... Ooh, all right, sure. I'll kind of take this now, I guess. Do a little bit of freeze action here. I'll do the Salahar Rider, so that way we can, of course, take damage on the Lich, and if we lose it, not a big deal, but we can also trade with the Banshee. So it's a nice little 2-for-1 we're getting off of this Lich here. Or not. Okay. We can delete my Lich from existence. That's cool for the blue Firebolt. I'll take that. That's good value. I'll just go for the Rabbit here instead then. Rabbit going to go ahead, pop the Banshee. We'll move up to get into a better position on the castle. Pass it back, hoping to waste another burn on this, because... oh, shit. Yeah, we'll take that. I will 100% take that all day. All day. I'll, of course, Lich again. Going to give our Rabbit just a little more value here. To deal with something bigger, hopefully, the next turn. Or if we lose the Lich through burn, I guess that'd be pretty gross. Or not. We keep this. This is good. This is good, guys. This is very good, actually. Let's go for the Wizard plus the Freezing Pillar here. It's going to be very nice for us to do. If we keep this position, we could get away with maybe doing a blacksmith. We are on turn 6, so there is the threat of Dragon's Fire. Dragon's Fire, of course, the biggest idiot card. Ah, damn. Rude. Ooh, playing the Dragon Lord too. Probably because I guess you can't really... If you have nothing to use for it, then it makes sense to just use it. Let's go for the Wizard upgrade here with the Blacksmith, so that we can get a second Wizard out to potentially just pop the Wizard. I pop the Wraith and be done with it. And establish 2 Wizards on the board, which is very, very prominent. It's going to make it very difficult for him to move around. Okay, Grotesque Offering. Sacking the Wraith for draw, of course, also very good. Into the Dark Bender. I wish I could have frozen that off. Oh, well. Next, I'll just go with... Ooh, I almost put that in the wrong spot. Holy mackerel. I'll go with an Injured Trent here. I'll go with the Shadow Drake. We'll kind of just be a bit of an asshole. Push everything in. Hopefully overwhelm our opponent here. Or unless he figures out where the Shadow Drake is. He probably should be able to. But this is good. We have a lot of bodies coming at him. Okay, Flamestorm. It's a little rude there. Does a bit of damage across the board, but not too bad unless he's got a second one. Stalker. He exposed where my Shadow Drake was. That's fine. I'm going to pop that there. Makes sense. Can't really do much else, though. Oh, moves that up to pop the Freezing Pillar. Again, I guess that does work. There's our Injured Trent coming in a little too late. Wonderful. I'll be a bit aggressive here. I will pop his Dark Bender, I think. And then go for a bit of this. Ooh, it's a very nice... yeah. Rude. Alright, I'll move up with the Wizard here. If I have a Swordsman Punish in my future, go for it. The Bolt's annoying because he's probably going to pop the Blacksmith with that Bolt. Or get a Mordok out. Oh, shit. I made a mistake there. That's fine. Ooh, it's kind of gross, but it is what it is. And then Lumberjack here probably going to be a bit of a body blocker, if anything. Or some Draw Cycle. We'll take that as well. We will take that. Ooh, alright. Well, let's go ahead and get the job done. Or at least as much as we can. Pushing up the Stone Drake here. I'm going to be blocked off by the Banshee, which is a bit annoying. Yeah, I'll pop that. That makes sense. And then I'll run this in as well, I think. Again, this is the downside of the deck here. We're kind of just throwing our resources to the wall and hoping things stick. Well, you know, when the dragon fire cometh, it delivereth. Unfortunately for me. Can we still probably recover? Yeah, I could probably see that for the most part. Oh. Let's put the swordsman back here. Let's run this up. It's going to be a bit of a close one again, because again, no resources. I'm relying on sudden death to kind of carry things out here, but Darkbender does even out the game at a moment's notice, so we might just see Blue Fire pop the swordsman, or Dragon's Fire pop the swordsman. Okay. Okay, game. Okay, that's very swell of you. That's very swell of you to give him 2 Dragon's Fire in the span of 2 turns there. Oh, fuck my ass. Well, that's a good card, guys. That's gonna help me a lot. Alrighty. Well, I think this turned out to be a great video. So stupid. Man. And I only have 1 turn here. Sudden death's not gonna do it. I'm gonna be taken out next turn. I mean, you know, when the cards align, they work for some people. Oh well, that's tough. But you know, this deck was a pile of shit anyway. Alright, give me the ranking here. Lost 3 in a row. 641, sure. At this point, that's something. Not exactly the best, but you know, what do you expect from a deck mishmashed together from ranked draft, or from draft, excuse me. Yeah. So I guess with that being said, let's go ahead and close this video, because I think I'm gonna be done with this deck for a while. All right, and with that being said, that's the video. Oh, what a shit way to go out, but we started strong and ended with a wet fart there. The Warlock matches, man, they were tough. They really hurt. Pretty much all of what I wanted to do with my units here disappeared whenever Dragon's Fire hit the board, and it hurts. It hurts, but you know, it was an experience. We tried it, and you know, do I recommend doing this for other people? No. It's a terrible thing to do. Don't do what I did. But if you guys did enjoy my suffering, be sure to let me know by leaving your thoughts down in the comment section below. And while you're down there, if you haven't done it already, be sure to leave a like on the video, share with your friends, and of course subscribe if you're new or haven't done so already, so that way you can show your support and help us grow here on the platform. And with that being said, guys, that's gonna be it for me for now. I need to play something better now, because that's a horrible way to go out. But until next time, stay gaming.